What if I told you that the next time your Maytag washing machine breaks down and you walk into that appliance store swearing you'll never buy the same brand again, there's a very good chance the different brand you pick, whether it's Whirlpool, KitchenAid, or JennAir, is made by the exact same company in the exact same factory with the exact same parts, just wearing a different badge on the front panel? The appliance industry doesn't want you to know this, but the people who actually repair these machines, the technicians who open them up every single day, they've been saying it for years. 7 brands, 1 corporation, and you've probably been paying a premium for a logo swap. Here's what most people miss. This isn't about some obscure off-brand situation. We're talking about names you grew up with, names your parents trusted, names that sit at every price point from budget to luxury, and every single one of them traces back to the same corporate headquarters. And while LG, Samsung, and GE Appliances, now owned by China's Haier, have their own versions of this playbook, nobody has mastered the multi-brand illusion quite like Whirlpool Corporation. The brand sitting at number 3 on this list has been fooling consumers for over a century with its reputation for durability going all the way back to 1893 in Newton, Iowa, and the brand at number 1, the one that shocked me the most, carries a name so premium that people pay hundreds of dollars extra believing they're getting something fundamentally different. They're not. Hit that subscribe button, because every week we post videos that pull back the curtain on the things manufacturers hope you never figure out. Here are 7 washing machine brands that are all the same company, ranked from surprising to absolutely jaw-dropping. Number 7, Consul, the invisible export that prints money where you'll never see it. Most people outside Latin America have never heard this name, and that's exactly the point. Consul has been selling appliances across Brazil and Latin America for decades, quietly generating over $1 billion in revenue for its parent company without most English-speaking consumers ever knowing it exists. That parent company is Whirlpool Corporation. Consul operates as Whirlpool's regional workhorse in markets where the Whirlpool name either doesn't carry the same weight or where a lower price positioning makes more sense. The field data backs this up. Whirlpool reported approximately $16 billion in annual net sales in 2025, and close to 90% of that came from the Americas. Consul is a meaningful slice of that pie. The machines share Whirlpool's wash systems, motors, and control boards. They roll off production lines, including facilities in Clyde, Ohio, and Marion, Ohio, here in the US, that serve multiple badges simultaneously. The engineering is Whirlpool, the supply chain is Whirlpool, the service network is Whirlpool, and that integrated supply chain, what the industry calls vertical supply chain integration, is exactly what makes the multi-brand strategy so profitable. Here's how to actually use this information. If you're shopping for appliances in Latin America, or you have family there asking for recommendations, understand that a Consul machine is a Whirlpool machine at a Consul price. You're not trading down in engineering, you're trading down in marketing spend. Why does this get overlooked? Because Whirlpool has zero incentive to tell its North American customers that the same guts inside their 4-figure machine live inside a budget brand overseas. That kind of transparency doesn't sell premium price tags, and that invisible strategy probably applies to a brand much closer to home, one that's been sitting in your laundry room this whole time. Number 6, Brastemp, the prestige badge that runs on borrowed engineering. Brastemp is the mirror image of Consul. Where Consul plays the budget card in Latin America, Brastemp plays the aspirational card in Brazil. It's positioned as the premium choice, the brand Brazilian consumers reach for when they want to signal that they bought the best. The insider reality is that Brastemp is Whirlpool. Same parent, same factories, same fundamental technology. The engineers who design these machines don't draw up entirely new platforms for every brand in the portfolio. Every technician who services these units knows it. They share wash systems, drum assemblies, electronic control boards, and core mechanical components. What changes is the exterior design language, the marketing narrative, and the price. Whirlpool has been doing this across every market it operates in, and the company openly lists Brastemp alongside Consul, Maytag, KitchenAid, and JennAir as part of what it calls the best brand portfolio in the industry, with multiple brands generating more than $1 billion each. The numbers don't lie. Here's how to actually use this. If you're comparing Brastemp to Consul in a Brazilian appliance store, you're comparing Whirlpool to Whirlpool. The premium features on the Brastemp unit might justify the price if you want specific wash cycles or a different drum finish, but the core reliability profile is coming from the same engineering pipeline. Why does nobody talk about this? Because brand stratification is the oldest trick in consumer goods. Create a budget tier, a mid-tier, and a premium tier, staff them all from the same parts bin, and let the customer's self-image do the selling. You've probably walked right past this same strategy playing out on the showroom floor at your local appliance dealer without ever questioning it. Number 5, Amana. The budget badge hiding in plain sight on the same assembly line. Amana is the name Whirlpool puts on a washing machine when it wants to own the bottom shelf. Walk into any big box retailer and the cheapest top-load washer with a recognizable name on it is very likely an Amana. It's Whirlpool's entry-level play, and the parts inside tell you everything you need to know. Same motors, same wash systems, same control board architecture, different logo, different price sticker. This didn't happen by accident. Whirlpool acquired Amana's parent company and has been using the brand strategically ever since. Jeff Fettig, Whirlpool's former chairman and chief executive officer, said it plainly when the company was building out its brand portfolio that adding these brands would allow Whirlpool to deploy its innovation capability across a wide assortment of products. Translation: one engineering team, multiple brand names, every price point covered. The field results confirm it. Repair technicians report that the internal components on an Amana washer are functionally interchangeable with parts from other Whirlpool badged machines. The drum, the pump, the motor mounts, they come from the same supply chain. Consumer Reports reliability data has historically shown little meaningful differentiation between Whirlpool family brands at the mechanical level, which is exactly what the technicians have been telling us all along. Here's how to actually use this. If you're budget conscious and you see an Amana washer for $200 less than the Whirlpool equivalent, look at the model specs carefully. You might be getting the same machine minus a few convenience features like extra wash cycle options or a different control panel layout. The core washing performance is coming from the same place. Why does this get overlooked? Because Whirlpool needs Amana to look like a separate, lesser brand. If consumers realized the budget option shared its bones with the flagship, nobody would pay the flagship price. And that idea, paying more for a name, gets a lot more expensive as we move up this list. You probably have a friend who swears by the next brand on this countdown, and they'd never believe what you're about to hear. Number 4, JennAir. The luxury label running on the same factory floor, JennAir sits at the absolute top of Whirlpool's price ladder. This is the brand for the kitchen renovation crowd, the people who want built-in panels, connected smart features, and a name that sounds like it belongs in an architectural magazine. A JennAir washing machine or laundry pair can cost you hundreds more than the equivalent Whirlpool unit. And the core of that machine is Whirlpool. The acquisition trail makes it obvious. When Whirlpool purchased Maytag Corporation in 2006 for roughly $2.6 billion, JennAir came along as part of the deal. Whirlpool's own leadership celebrated it, with Fettig specifically naming JennAir alongside Maytag and Amana as brands that would let the company deploy its innovation capability more broadly. The testing backs this up. Open a JennAir laundry appliance and open a Whirlpool appliance built in the same model year, and you'll find shared compressors, shared motors, and shared electronic control platforms. What JennAir gives you that Whirlpool doesn't is design language, premium materials on the exterior, and a concierge-style ownership experience. Those things have real value if aesthetics and service matter to you, but the wash system doing the actual work, that's the same engineering pipeline. Here's how to actually use this. If you're renovating and your designer specified JennAir, ask yourself whether the premium is buying you performance or appearance. If it's appearance, great, pay for it knowingly. If you think you're getting a fundamentally better wash, the internals don't support that assumption. Why does nobody say this out loud? Because JennAir exists specifically to capture the top of the market. Admitting shared engineering would collapse the price differentiation. That tension between badge and substance gets even more dramatic with the next brand. one that has been selling Americans on ruggedness and reliability for over 100 years, and it's probably sitting in your laundry room right now. If you're starting to see the pattern, if you're realizing that the brand on the front of your washing machine might mean a whole lot less than you thought, do me a favor, hit that like button. It helps this reach people who are tired of paying for logos instead of engineering. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you belong here. Number 3, Maytag, the dependable workhorse that died and was reborn as a costume. This is the one that hurts. Maytag was founded in 1893 in Newton, Iowa by Frederick Maytag, and for over a century it built a reputation as the most durable washing machine in America. The Lonely Maytag Repairman ad campaign worked because it was based on something real. These machines lasted. Then in 2006, after 70 years of fierce competition, Whirlpool purchased Maytag for roughly $2.6 billion, and Maytag stopped being Maytag. Whirlpool closed Maytag's legacy manufacturing operations in Newton. The plant that had been building washers and dryers for over a century shut down. Production moved to Whirlpool's own facilities. The closure ended over 100 years of appliance manufacturing in the town where Maytag was born. Every repair tech who's been in the business long enough knows it. The Maytag machines built today share wash systems, motors, and control boards with Whirlpool's own lineup. The brand name survived. The independent engineering didn't. And here's where the right to repair movement becomes relevant to this story. Repair advocates have pointed out for years that when a single corporation controls multiple brands on the same platform, it also controls the parts ecosystem, meaning whether you're fixing a Maytag or a Whirlpool, you're dependent on the same company for replacement parts, service manuals, and authorized repair networks. That's a conversation happening right now in state legislatures across the country, and it starts with understanding exactly who owns what. Here's how to actually use this. If you're buying Maytag because your grandmother's Maytag lasted 30 years, understand that the machine carrying that name today has a fundamentally different pedigree. It's a Whirlpool machine wearing Maytag clothes. It may still be a perfectly fine washer, but the century-old promise of outlasting everything else in the laundry room died with the Newton factory. Why does this get overlooked? Because brand loyalty is the most powerful force in consumer purchasing, and Whirlpool knows it. The Maytag name is worth billions precisely because people trust it without checking who actually owns it now. And if that surprised you, the next brand on this list is going to knock you sideways because it sits in kitchens and laundry rooms of people who consider themselves the most discerning buyers in the market. Number 2, KitchenAid, the premium darling that shares its bones with the budget bin. KitchenAid is the brand people feel good about buying. It signals taste, quality, and investment in the home. The stand mixer is iconic. The dishwashers get recommended by every renovation blog on the internet, and the washing machines carry that same aura of premium craftsmanship. But KitchenAid is Whirlpool, has been for a long time. Whirlpool Corporation openly names KitchenAid as one of its billion-dollar-plus brands alongside Maytag, Amana, JennAir, Brastemp, and Consul. The company describes this as the best brand portfolio in the industry, and that language tells you everything. Portfolio, not a collection of independent engineering houses. A portfolio managed from one corporate headquarters, drawing from one engineering pipeline, manufactured across 35 facilities worldwide. The teardowns confirm it. KitchenAid laundry appliances use the same wash system architecture, the same motor platforms, and the same electronic control boards as their Whirlpool badged counterparts. The differences live in the feature set, the exterior finish, the interface design, and the price. A KitchenAid washer can run $300 to $500 more than the equivalent Whirlpool model, and the core mechanical platform doing the washing is the same. Here's how to actually use this. Compare the spec sheets side by side, match the drum size, the spin speed, the wash cycle options. If the KitchenAid unit offers a specific feature you genuinely want, like a particular steam cycle or a different control interface, then the premium has a concrete justification. If the specs match and you're paying extra for the name on the door, you're buying marketing. Why does this get overlooked? Because KitchenAid has built decades of equity as the thinking person's appliance brand, and questioning it feels almost like questioning your own taste. That emotional insulation is exactly what makes brand stratification so profitable. And that brings us to the brand at the very top of this list, the one that might be the most surprising of all. Number 1. Whirlpool, the invisible empire hiding behind every brand you just heard. Here's the part that changes everything. Whirlpool isn't just a washing machine brand. Whirlpool is the company behind all 7 brands on this list, every single one. When you walk down that appliance aisle and you see Amana on the left, Whirlpool in the middle, Maytag on the right, and KitchenAid and JennAir in the premium section, you're not comparing competitors. You're comparing price tiers inside a single corporation that reported $16 billion in net sales in 2025, with 41,000 employees and 35 manufacturing and technology research centers worldwide. For context, competitors like LG Electronics, Samsung Appliances, and Electrolux, which owns Frigidaire, are all running variations of the same multi-brand playbook. But Whirlpool's domestic reach, with multiple brands in the same American showroom, is in a class of its own. The numbers don't lie. The seeds of this empire were sown in 1911 as the Upton Machine Company, fully immersed in manufacturing electric washing machines. By 1947, they were selling automatics under the Whirlpool name. By 2006, they'd absorbed Maytag, JennAir, and Amana. Mark Bitzer, Whirlpool's current chairman and CEO, called it a transformation into a higher growth, higher margin business. Higher margin means more profit per machine, and the easiest way to increase margin is to build one platform and sell it under 7 names at 7 different prices. Here's how to actually use this. Next time you shop for a washer, ignore the brand first. Look at the model number, the drum size, the motor type, and the wash system. Compare across the Whirlpool family. You might find that the $800 Whirlpool and the $500 Amana sitting in the same showroom are closer in substance than anyone on that sales floor wants to admit. Why does this whole system persist? Because it works. When your Maytag breaks and you switch to KitchenAid, Whirlpool just sold you 2 machines instead of 1. The illusion of choice is the most profitable product they make. It's probably sitting in your laundry room right now, and now you know what's actually inside it. If you made it all the way to the end, you've just learned something most people never will. 7. Brands, one company, one engineering pipeline, and a pricing strategy designed to make you feel like you're choosing when you're really just moving sideways. Smash that like button if this changed how you think about the appliance aisle. Drop a comment and tell me which one surprised you most. Team Maytag, Team KitchenAid, Team JennAir. I read every comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. I'd love to have you on this journey with us. Remember, sometimes the best washing machine isn't the one with the fanciest name on the door. Sometimes it's the same machine with a quieter badge, waiting for you to read the spec sheet instead of the logo.